Well, slow walking to November 5th.
Did it. We did it, Joe.
Now you're an asshole.
That is what's going on in regards to the hurricane relief that has been extremely dragged out.
It's true.
In regards to one Kamala Harris.
See what can be, unburdened by what has been.
You're a fucking idiot.
But I guarantee you that her peoples see nothing wrong with it because fuck them rednecks.
That is true.
I'm Jazz Berganzo and this.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
I told you so. Just doesn't quite say it.
It's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Of course, this is the weekend edition. And I'm not as peppy as I normally am. You know, I'm not. You know, coming off my last video, that was probably the angriest that I've ever done a video. You know, and I had to censor myself a lot of times, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Anyway, the election is coming up in just, 30 days, give or take. With everything that's going on this week, from Israel and Iran to Trump revisiting Butler, going back to Butler. And I watched it over the weekend. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And then, of course, Hurricane Helene that rampaged through the southeast. And then, of course, the reluctancy, the ignorance, the tone deafness of support from the federal government to aid our own. But according to one John Nolte, he says, this is all the upside. This makes Kamala look good. Interesting. This, coming from Breitbart. Nolte, slow walking aid to hurricane-ravaged red America is all upside for Willie Brown's side piece. Most of the area ravaged by Hurricane Helene are filled with Trump voters. Asheville, North Carolina is the notable exception. But we're 4 weeks away and change away from consequential presidential election and 2 weeks away from the start of early voting in these hurricane-hit states of Georgia, October 15th, Carolina, 17th, and Tennessee on the 16th. Two of those states, Georgia and North Carolina, are swing states. So I ask you, what incentives does Joe Dementia and Kamala knee pads have to get Trump voters back on their feet when getting them back on their feet means they will be able to go out and vote against her? None. Oh, you might be naive and think, people are suffering. Kamala wouldn't withhold the aid just to win a few votes. Would she? What are you, an idiot? To win a few votes, Joe and Kamala want to, To win a few votes, Joe and Kamala threw the southern border wide open to fentanyl, killing a record number of Americans and abating the sex trafficking of countless little kids. To win a few votes, Joe and Kamala want to nuke the Senate filibuster to make baby killing a right. To win a few votes, Joe and Kamala advocate to permanently mutilate and sterilize underage kids, i.e. child sacrifice, to the alphabet lobby. And if you don't think those same people are capable of leaving a bunch of people as they see deplorable, ignorant, gun Bible clinging, redneck hillbillies without power for a few weeks, if it increases their odds of winning a swing state, let me tell you something. If you handed Kamala a red button and it would give every Trump voter stomach cancer, she would break a leg in running to press it. Then she would press it 4 more times just to make sure. Then she'd have her husband Doug carry the red button in his purse, so that way she can take it out, rub it like a talisman, and cackle at the memory. The complaints about the federal government lack of inaction increasing by the day. Yes, I'm practically at ground zero here in Boone, North Carolina. This is Nolte. But the best way for me to help my little town is to stay put, stay out of the way. So I honestly have no idea how things are going. I do know that it's day 8 and there's no cellular internet service. I'm coming to you courtesy of Starlink. I also know that the main road out of town by my place is still blocked. Florida doesn't seem to have many problems a week after a hurricane. But then again, when you have Macho Man Ron DeSantis, shit gets done. Floridians had nothing to worry about. But also, to be fair, Florida has the muscle memory to handle hurricanes. Western North Carolina does not. Still, days after Hurricane Helene, The Dementia Administration finally activated 1,000 soldiers to support delivery of food, water, and medicine to isolated communities, but these efforts are too little, too late. Compare this to the military's response after Hurricane Katrina in '05, when thousands of troops were mobilized within hours of receiving orders that the situation spiraled out of control. Apparently, it's not worth the call of the soldiers of the 101st Air Assault Division, who are 7 hours away, the 2nd Marine Division, which is stationed only a few hours away from Fort Liberty. But the people of North Carolina only seem to be worth be sending a small contingent of active duty troops, some phone calls from Delaware, and a few photo ops. Having lived in Appalachia for more than 20 years, I will say this. We may not be as college educated as the folks in Asheville, but we're plenty resourceful, and we'll find a way to vote, especially if we believe that you are playing games with our recovery and hoping to dissuade us from voting. Nevertheless, there is no downside for Joe and Kamala to slow walk aid to Red America and hope we cannot get to our polling places. Just a few missing votes could make the difference, and heaven knows and heaven knows the corporate media will never hold them accountable. The media will also break a leg to press that red button, if you didn't know. Well said by John Nolte. Well said. Well said. Absolutely. Absolutely. He nails it perfectly. The fact of the matter is that Blue America could give a flying fuck. They really could. They could give a flying fuck. They don't care. They don't. Because I did a few videos, a few days ago, I did a video in regards to, the billions given to Ukraine, the over 1 billion for illegals to house them and feed them in this country. When you had those, like Dolly Parton, you had Kid Rock, some country stars who coughed up $250,000, $500,000, in Dolly's case, $2 million. But where was Oprah? The Rock? Where were they in all this? Did they go to the networks and say, hey, you know what? We're gonna do a telethon, 24 hours, to raise money for relief, because the aid is slow in coming. No. They're living up in the lap luxury. That's what they're doing. Oprah could cut a check right now for $5 million in a blink and not even think twice about it. But no, because they're not the right persuasion. They're not the right narrative for her to get involved, or The Rock or anybody else in fucking Hollywood. Fuck them motherfuckers. And then you have the federal government. Like I said, Don Nolte said it perfectly. Kamala could give two flying. Same thing with Joe Dementia. But then again, Joe doesn't know where he is. So really, we're not even counting him in this. This is how pathetic and sad this whole situation is. These people should be helped 1,000%. The second this shit hit the fan, National Guard should have been out there instantly. Instantly. Checks should have been cut instantly. But no, dragging their feet. But they have no problem allocating $8 billion, an additional $8 billion to Ukraine. They have no problem getting $157 million to Lebanon for their plight. But for Americans, nah. Simply put, Kamala and Joe, America, you can go. Especially if you live in those red states. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys know there's a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And as always, continue praying for the people who have been ravaged by this. And pray that aid gets to them. And we'll see you next time. Peace.